Recording has started.
Okay, beautiful. So hello everyone, my name is Colin McLean and welcome to our webinar. It's From Farm to Phone. The Fred Marketplace app is here and we're going to take you on how to log on and access the Fred app. So if you're ready, give me a thumbs up everyone, those who are ready. Thumbs up please. Excellent. Okay, beautiful. So now let me just go to this here. Okay, so here we are now. My name is Colin McLean, and I'm the CEO, and Claudius is the CEO. We're both co-founders. And for me, I'm pretty much a passionate leader, community builder, and I use food and ideas to bring people together and inspire change. Now, I'm always cooking up initiatives that nourish the body and the soul. And fun fact about me is I came second place in a celebrity chef who can cook this year. It was a competition. And for me, I have a love of two things. That's food and community. And what I love is that Fred is bringing both of my two loves and passions together. Now, Claudius, want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So Claudius Thomas, CEO, and as Colin said, co-founder of my AI Pathway. Sorry, Fred Marketplace, and yeah, I've been in software development for over 35 years, and in that time, always having to innovate new ideas, new technology, and now we're looking at incorporating artificial intelligence into all that we do. Yeah, so I actually enjoy creating new. I enjoy creating new, solving problems. There's a problem that they can be solved with technology. That's where I actually get excited. And of course, in this opportunity to actually help bring our immigrant food that's being grown by our own people, bring it to us is an absolute opportunity that could not be missed.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move on here now. So the webinar overview. So the future of fresh food is digital, and it's now in our hands with the actual app. It's created through my AI Pathway. That's the company that Claudius myself run. And pretty much we're going to cover for the next 45 minutes. We're going to learn the challenges facing Canadian farmers and shoppers today. We're also going to cover how Fred is solving both sides of the equation. And we'll watch like a step-by-step tutorial on how to download the app, sign in, and use the app. And we're also going to discover how you can join the movement towards food security, fairness, okay, and freshness, okay? So based on that, let me just progress. Now, here's the current struggle happening in the Canadian market. Now, we've noticed that there's been a income projection has dropped by like 7%. In terms of net income for the farmers to, I guess, accumulate selling their produce, that's down 25.9%. So that's pretty substantial. So the top challenges are weather, income is not stable, as well as regulations. Canadian regulations are always, I guess, holding things up. And the next thing is farmers are always experiencing, the rising costs of farmlands, and it's hard for local farmers or even immigrant farmers to purchase new land or land in general. So these are some of the issues and challenges taking place. And my next question to those, do we have any farmers or sellers of produce or food on this call? Okay, you can open up your mics, let me know, or you can share in the chat, because I want to take some time and understand and share some of the challenges. What are some challenges have you been experiencing as a farmer or a seller of food? Anyone? It's a safe space.
Sarah, you want to tell us a bit? You're on mute. Can you unmute?
Hi, I am Sarah, and on top of being a processor, side of the and our mission, our vision is to really acquire land and just to really maintain a kind of garden like that. So one and urban area with that rather than how it's last 3 years. Last year, our landlord is older now and wants to sell property, so we cannot ready to much now, but one of them access. So one of the things we really noticed that it's not easy to find a capital and if you kind of challenging. The one we had a pond, it had water access, it has on aspects solar system to really pump the water. So it was really easy for us to use. But right now, what we're finding challenging is to find that kind of similar water to where which would be easier for us to bring in our shampoo and that in once. But one is one of the things that made it very exciting about is having this conversations where there's somebody close where we can access to some land, even if we invested, but buying land. So we want to make sure we don't buy to teach this, we don't buy the other simple things we can actually do for ourselves, but also bringing the diversity of our
Wait, you're kind of breaking up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Is it safe to say that you're encountering a number of challenges entering the market as a farmer?
yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And that can be frustrating, whereby trying to acquire land is another issue. Trying to, like, sometimes when you make leasing a land property, the farmer would say, "Oh, you can't plant this here." The person leasing the farm to you to work off of, or even getting the proper supports in place or the tools. So we definitely understand your pain, and that's one of the reasons why we created the Fred app to address that. Is that safe to say?
Yes, I think Sarah will have to have a follow-up immediate conversation
Yeah, definitely.
because
Yeah.
we've not talked before. So I wasn't able to catch all of that, but I've made a note to follow up first to have a very early conversation.
Yeah, definitely, because we're here to help.
Okay.
And we have our email at the end of the slide. You'll see our email, so you can send us an email and you can connect directly with us. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Oh, is anyone else wants to share, as any farmer or anyone who sells food? You want to
Or
share?
aspiring farmer who would like
Yeah.
to have some challenges to starting. In case you're speaking, be mindful that you might be muted. Okay.
Or you can type in the chat too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No? Okay, I'm just going to move on. Yeah. Okay, so the next is next context we're going to look at is the consumer. We dealt with the farmers and their challenges. Now we're going to look at the consumers. Now, everyone here on this call is a consumer, okay? So we're talking about how food prices is up 3 to 5%. Personally, I think it's much higher. Families are spending more, and now in a year's time, they're spending an additional $800, almost $1,000. But I'm thinking, if you are purchasing meat, then that's got to be even much higher. Food insecurity is at a record high. And then 45% of Canadians say that rising prices is straining their daily expenses. I can definitely relate. Who here can definitely relate to some of these or all of these? Anyone?
I think that's all of us.
Yeah. And what's really frustrating is there's a leader south of the border, and when he's not, I guess, in a good mood, he starts putting up the tariffs and squeezing the middleman, and it's really volatile. So that's why we developed the Fred app, because we're saying that instead of relying on our food being produced south of the border and then driving thousands of miles up to Canada to us, a lot of times the food is spoiling because it's picked too early, or the food has increased in price and we're paying more. So we're trying to work with local farmers so we can have more sustainability. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Now, share with me, what's one challenge that you're currently experiencing as a consumer? Just one. You can put in the chat. What's one challenge? Or you can open the mic.
As a consumer,
As a consumer.
I'm sure we all are consumers. For me, I'm going to speak. For me, it's I lack trust that when I go into the grocery store and it says organic, I don't believe it. I don't know what they mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a high price, doesn't taste any different to what is not organic. And also, I definitely now don't buy some of the stuff, the produce that are imported that are unique to some of our cultures and region. A simple thing like avocado pear, which is very different. Um, the imported ones, say from the Caribbean, West Africa, very, very large. You know, it looks nice and green on the outside. You take it home and you cut it, and it's totally rotten on the inside. You
Yep.
know, so I don't even touch them anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, coconut, I will not buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
so yeah.
And I think Sarah said it best. Can you read the what Sarah said? Because I can't access it.
Yes, let me read what Sarah said. Limited options, expensive. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know, that's the whole logistics issue which Fred is built to solve. Demand and supply has a direct impact on price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, over if there's a lot more of it, prices come down.
Yeah.
Less of it, prices goes up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the basis of economics anyway.
Yep.
So what we have, I don't know if everyone, I came across a term recently and I was forced to look into it. I was challenged to look into it, and it's true. Black tax. Anybody heard of black tax?
No, what's that again?
So black tax is used in the context of why living in this northern hemisphere society, why it's difficult for blacks earning the same as potentially same as
Mm-hmm.
any as their white counterpart,
Mm-hmm.
why they will not necessarily go at the same rate, because we have other challenges like the things we want to eat, the
Yeah.
responsibilities we have back home where we're coming from. So from that same
Yeah, I've
income,
heard of that then. Yeah. Unless it's called the black tax.
you
Yeah,
know, so
so it's
you
pretty
do want to eat
frustrating.
your, yeah, you want to eat your authentic, you want to have your authentic taste of
Mhm.
of food that as you know it, so it costs more.
Okay,
But those problems can be solved.
exactly. So on that note, food for thought. So we ask ourselves, what if we could shorten the distance between the hands that grow our food and the tables that actually enjoy it? And that's where Fred comes in. We're shortening the distance and we're doing everything local. So pretty much to summarize everything we've said is that Fred Marketplace, it bridges the gap between farmers and the consumer. So then our vision is to create a digital marketplace that empowers farmers, consumers to connect directly, cutting out the traditional middlemen. Now, the reason why we're doing that is, especially for local and immigrant farmers, when you have to drop off your load at like the depots, the distribution depots, like for Metro or Sobeys, or wherever, or Walmart, they charge you, I think it's about maybe 6 or 8 grand just to drop off your load. You haven't sold anything yet, you're just dropping off. So it's a fee you got to pay. Plus the stuff that you're selling, you're being undercut. So they're not really making much money. So people say, oh, great, my stuff's in Walmart. This is phenomenal, but you're being paid pennies, unfortunately, right? So if we can cut out the middleman and introduce you directly to the local people like us, then, you can start to thrive, right? So how it works, as we say here, we're better together. So farmers upload their fresh produce via the app. Consumers browse the listings and order directly, and then Fred handles the digital bridge, facilitating connections, transactions, transparency, and it's traceable. Now, there may be farmers on the call who they're not using the app as of yet, but maybe you're using like an email communication or using WhatsApp. But the challenge of using like stuff like WhatsApp, even though it's a great program, you have a group of people, you're not able to really respond quickly to a chat that took place. Like sometimes I find that, have you ever been on a chat group and then things are being posted randomly and then you're trying to respond to one post, but then it's been pushed down? So that's a lot of work that farmers are spending trying to track who's saying what. So someone will say, I want 10 jute leaves, bushels, can you have it? And then the farmer takes a while to get back to them. They say, well, I have some more. Do you want some? There's a bit of delay. Other people asking for other stuff. And it's just a lot of work. So that's why we created the Fred app, to make your life easy, because farmers should be focusing on what they do best, and that's growing, not trying to track a lot of the stuff. So for farmers, you're able to reach buyers, earn more, and manage your orders more easily. That's really key. And for consumers, you access fresher local produce, and communities are more sustainable, and the food system builds. Okay, so now if you could take out your phone, and you can have two options. You can scan this if you can, or you can go to Fred, find@fred.com. Okay, does everyone have that? Claudius, do you want to type that in the chat maybe for people? Find@fred.com. Okay, does everyone have that? Okay, so click on the link in there, or you can scan, they're all connected. The Fred Marketplace is connected to Find@Fred. And then I'm going to play a video, and this is how you download the app if you have not done so already, okay? It's a short video. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this.
Hello and welcome. Today we're going to cover how to download the Fred Marketplace app from the Apple iStore.
You all hear
Let's
this?
get started. First, go to the App Store on your cell phone. Then go to the search field and type Fred Marketplace. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see the actual Fred Marketplace app. Click on it and click on the Get button. Double click to install. Give it some time to load. And then next, you'll be taken to the Fred Marketplace app, where you can see the marketplace of all the current products available on Fred Marketplace. Now, if you notice, you won't be able to gain full access to the marketplace until you officially sign in or create your account. Now, join us on this journey by either going to learn more at fredai.ca, or you could sign up directly online and go to findatfred.com. It's also available on the Apple iStore, so whatever you do, we're here to support you. Let's grow something great together.
Okay. So then did everyone understand that video? Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, excellent. Now, if you've downloaded the app, now there's two things you got to do. There's like two roles on Fred. There's the seller and buyer. Now, if you're a seller, that means you're a farmer or a producer of some kind. You want to sell your stuff, as the name implies, to those who want to purchase from you. The buyer is the consumer. That's like all of us. They are the people who actually want to purchase the stuff from the Fred app. Now, if you are a farmer or a producer and you want to actually buy on the app, you're going to have to use a separate account email address, because you want to make sure there's no fraud taking place. And that's just something that we've learned through Stripe, whereby there should be two separate accounts. So for the farmers, we're going to go through how to do the farmer account, and then we'll transition over to do how to do a regular consumer account. Okay, so if you're all ready, let me just start this video. And we're going to share this videos with you.
In this video, we'll be covering how to create your account on Fred Marketplace. Now let's get started. For all those farmers or people looking to sell their goods on Fred Marketplace, let's focus on creating your account as a seller. First step is click on the Create Account. Next, you'll see there are two options, seller and buyer. The default is always buyer, so make sure if you're looking to sell your goods on Fred Marketplace, you select the seller account creation option. Fill out the necessary fields of the seller. Next, you'll need to agree to the terms and the conditions. After that, please fill out the name of your business and preferred method of payment. And congratulations, you're now set up as a seller account on Fred Marketplace. Well done. Now, for those looking to make purchases on the Fred Marketplace, we've got you covered. Let's create your buyer's account. Again, click on the account creation, then make sure you select buyer, complete the necessary fields, next, make sure you check I agree to all terms and conditions. You will then be asked to tell us what types of food or products you're interested in on Fred Marketplace. And we'll make sure that we are able to source exactly what you need. Some of the fields are food interests, sourcing preferences, dietary preferences. Now, once you've completed the requirements, click the button below, and congratulations, you'll be able to start shopping on Fred Marketplace. Thank you once again for taking the time to either be a buyer or a seller on Fred Marketplace. Now, join us on this journey by
The same. Okay, so these are what we're looking at in terms of screenshots. The first one here is you get the welcome page, and then you want to log in if you already have an account, or you create an account. Then you choose between seller and buyer. And then this next screen here is if you are a seller, it'll be asking you to input your credit card or your bank information so you can be paid for the stuff being sold. And then it's a little bit different for those who are consumers, or I guess buyers. Okay. And then the next thing is we're going to show you is this is for the farmers. Now the dashboard for the actual seller, it's pretty much basic, whereby you have your marketplace of all the foods available. You also have your shopping cart, and that pretty much sums it up. You also have a community section where you can join different communities. But here's a high-level look at what a farmer would get when they create an account on Fred Marketplace.
Hello and welcome. In this next tutorial, we'll be covering the navigation features of the Fred Marketplace, as well as how to upload your first product. Are you ready? Let's get started. As you can see, once you have gained authorization to use the Fred Marketplace, you'll be taken to the main screen, which most likely will be the actual marketplace, which has all of the farmers' products throughout our system. If you go to findatfreds.com, most likely you'll be taken to the home section, which again is the marketplace. If you go to the app, you will see the marketplace. No worries, let's go through the actual navigation. On the Fred Marketplace, we have home, and the default is the marketplace for all the farmers. Next, we have the dashboard. Now, what I like about the dashboard, it's really robust and it gives you real-time data on what you have sold, your revenue, your total orders, and products sold. Don't stress, nothing has been sold or purchased as of yet, no revenue. But once you get started in uploading your products to your inventory, you can start making the sales happen. So what I also like about the dashboard is it even has a orders summary section, which can be broken down by monthly or weekly or today, and then sales summary. So long gone now will be the days where you are sitting down writing on a pad of paper each item you sold or each item you harvest, or even in Excel spreadsheets. You're getting real-time data so that you can focus on what you do best, and that's farming or selling your stuff on Fred Marketplace. Next is orders. Well, clearly you don't have any orders because you're a brand new user, so welcome. There's the products. Again, there's no products. The marketplace, again, is all the products on the Fred Marketplace through all the farmers. And community, this is a new section we've added. And community is where you can actually build your own community and give special information, discounts, whatever the case may be, to your own specialized community members you want to add more value. Notifications, you can set notifications on your app, as well as settings, or you want to log out. So now let's tackle the first thing. We don't have any orders yet, so the first thing you need to do is go to products. You want to click on the button, add a product. Now, for example, what if we just put yams? We're selling yams category. We're organizing and tracking the data, so make sure you put it in the right category. Do not put it in fruits or dairy because it'll be hard for people to find you. Put it in vegetables where it's supposed to go. Description will say purple yams. And this next part is important. You cannot add your products because you have to first upload an image. This is where it becomes important to upload high quality photos to your phone or even to your desktop if you're going to upload it to the system. If you don't have any of those, no worries. We're currently working on uploading some library content so that you don't have to stress about it. But if you have your pictures, feel free to do this next step. Click on the upload drag and drop feature. This is my one photo here I have of the purple yams. Wait a bit, and it's going to upload. I have the picture, and then you click on the button, Add New Product. You see here, the product has been successfully added, and then you can add more, but for now, we'll just add the purple yams. We'll go with that as our inventory. Now, we have that. We want to now add the same yams to our inventory. So let's click on it here and you'll see there's no inventory. So you want to add the inventory. Click on the add the inventory and then you'll see the products to choose from is yams, quantity available. You can put maybe 100, 200 maybe. Minimum order, we'll say maybe like 2 is the minimum order. Unit cost is we'll say $2. Select weight, we'll say kilograms, and it's very important to put an expiry date. Okay, we want to see how long things can last until they start to spoil, and then things which are getting closer to expiry date, you can offer a discount. We'll say maybe November, and the day we'll say the 15th of November. And you want to add the inventory. So click on the button on the bottom here, add new inventory, and voila, you have it. If you now look, still in your products, the inventory section, you have inventory for yams. You got inventory number, it's 133. It will be different for each of your items. Quantity available, 200 units. Cost is $2. And then we also have minimum orders is 2. And then expiry, we have November the 15th, and the little button here, or the little icon says that it's in stock, okay? So congratulations, you've added your first inventory. Well, I hope you found this informative. Take care, and as I always say, let's grow something great together. Now join us on this journey.
Okay. Now, for the farmers, when you create an account, it has to be authorized by us. We want to make sure you're actually a legit person, that there's no frauds. Give us about a day or two to authorize it. You can upload stuff, but you won't be able to sell anything until you get the final approval. But it's just a step we're taking to make sure that everyone's protected. Is everyone okay with that? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, Cool. Great. So now this here is the some shots for you to take a look at. There's the marketplace, what it looks like when you've logged on. Now, this is similar to what the consumers will see. And then the next one is the actual dashboard, which we covered in the video. And this is where you're able to track this your sales, how much you've sold, forecasts, etc. So you don't have to be opening up a scrapbook of paper, notepad, writing stuff, and then when tax season comes, you're not able to, I guess, track everything, and it's like, stressful. So we have it all there. You can download the information, and you know how well you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to move on, and then the big picture. Why does this matter? So with every download, every connection is being built. You know, you're getting more revenue, stays in our local economy. There's less produce going to waste. The reason why we say that is we're using a radius of 75 kilometers, 50 to 75 kilometers on average. So when things are being picked, they're going to last longer versus getting the stuff from, you know, across the border, taking days, and before you know it, it spoils by the time it gets here. And most important, we're building strong community resilience and connection. In these times, challenging times, this is very important, okay? So when you buy local, you grow local, and Fred makes this easier, you know, even easier. So call to action. We need you to join the movement. For farmers, download the Fred app and start selling today. Take advantage of our 3-month free for professional onboarding with no cost at all. We're going to actually help you upload your stuff. Use if you need quality pictures, we can definitely do that through our library, and then upload it for you, and we'll work with you to start succeeding. So don't stress if you're not technically savvy. We have a service, it's for free, or it's a concierge where we're going to help you succeed. And I think Ramita is on the call, and she's the one who does that. Next is for the consumer, you know, download the Fred app and discover fresher local food that supports your community. And then we want you to enjoy, you know, the early access perks, launch deals, discounts taking place. Let's do something great together, okay? And then the next thing is we're going to have a Q&A session now. This covers our how to access the Fred app. If you still need some assistance, you can go to fredai.ca or scan, or you can go to the Fred AI, and that's what you do. So, oh, our email address is info@myaipathway.org. Any questions?
First of all, let me say thank you very much for the wonderful, smooth presentation, Colin. Very good. So,
Come a long way.
yeah. So we're open for some questions now. Anyone? You can either ask or type it in the chat. Senye asked, what is the cost? So we have 3 subscription models, 3 subscription levels: Fred Basic, Fred Plus, and Fred AI. Fred Basic is $20 a month. Fred Plus, we open to actually look at how much your use is, what the value you're getting. And Fred AI is where it's not yet available, but will be available in the new year when we launch the AI feature for full features for the farmers. The full feature app will actually be a crop management system where a farmer has a plot of land, and you're able to tell the system what you're planting on what date, and then it starts to work with you to let you know what your revenue is going to be, when it's safe to actually go from greenhouse to outdoors and all of that kind of stuff. So that's a completely different level. So at the moment, it's just Fred Basic that's available at $20 a month.
Yeah.
And when you, as Colin mentioned earlier, to sell your produce to a grocery store, you have to pay $6,000 as a farmer to get them there. $20 a month once is it's not a number.
Yep.
Any other question?
No.
Who does fulfillment? Very good question, Sarah. So we're launching this new, and one of the very clear, one thing that has to be very clear is that we open to learn and see what works best. We have a number of logistics companies have approached us, and they've given us some good pricing because we're looking at a local model where a farm or if you own a store and you want to actually supply locally, then the price that enables the pricing to be within normal pricing context. So for example, we have a delivery company that's actually giving us pricing where we could be looking at between $7 and $15 depending on distance and what you're actually ordering. So we have more than one company doing it available to us. And of course, you can have a buyer can choose to pick up. Some people like to go go and pick up themselves. And yeah, and also if you have your own already, then you can actually choose to do that. But yes, we have at the moment we have 3 logistics companies involved.
Yep. Oh, there's another question. It was in the chat.
Oh,
I didn't wasn't able to access it.
Oh, okay. Do buyers choose which farmer to buy food from? You know, that's a question we had a conversation on this week. Ultimately, I think that's what it's going to be. So what we decided, what the conversation we're having on the development side is to give the buyer the option to search for a preferred supplier. So again, that's where so it's two things, it's several things the AI is going to help with. First of all, knowing your profile, what your preferences are, your geographical area, because you may want to choose who you want to buy from, but what if it's got to come 2-3 hours distance travel? So all of those logistics, we're actually going to be listening, doing events like this, getting questions like this to understand what is a priority to you, and then we see how we build it in. Hopefully it's not a barrier to you starting, because ultimately when we sit down and create something, we have to then put it out there and say, okay, what works? What do you like? What should we add? What should we remove? What doesn't work? And that's how the product grows.
Yep. So we've made it streamlined so we can be more adaptable for you. Okay.
Any other question? That's a good question. Some great question. When do we launch? Now. Sign up and use it. Actually, are you looking to buy or sell on it, Esenia? What's your perspective?
You're on mute.
You're on mute if you speak. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, can I ask where you're based? Where's your farm? Because I don't think I've met you before or seen your name before. What parts of the country are you, or the province? Lake Erie. Nice. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So I'll make notes to actually follow up with you as well.
And reach
So
out
we
to
can.
us there at the bottom, the email info
Yeah.
at my AA pathway. And I think Sarah had a question about returns. Yes, returns can be done, and that's all handed through our backend, like Stripe is the way
Yeah.
that's go.
Actually, let's get a little bit more clarity on that because if returns on can you explain that a little bit more? Because vegetables, I don't think you should really be doing returns on vegetables, right? Or what are you? Let me understand the principle. What are you looking? What's your question?
And
I
that's for
think,
Sarah.
oh, I hope you know you can hear me. But I think in everything we sell, like I said, I do process products, but I also do produce. Um, but customers, sometimes they may have you know, value never like sometimes buy in normal days we buy stuff for example we put so big that then somehow you check the only level 3 times. I'm wondering if this comes the bill or the day one or the day that was a charge so they want to have that option for them so that they feel like they have their own you know money to be with sorry. So I'm wondering in the event the customer receives maybe some memo that's broken and they have to return it. They're not going to say, hey, just because
Hmm.
it's product. Yes. So how are we going to be able to deal with that? Or is it the moment the customer or
I'd like to have that conversation. Actually, the line is not very clear, but that's a conversation that we have to take on board. Because when they make the purchase, the transaction is handled by a third party, world-renowned secure system Stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the payment comes to you. So return policy, first of all, is going to have to be your policy. So but what because we're a digital platform where we actually promote your business. We promote to say, hey, this is where you come and buy the things that Sarah's
Hmm.
business, is it Silka Food sell.
Hmm.
So your return policy is going to have to be yours because we're the platform. Now, how do we help manage that? That's going to be an interesting conversation. Those are things we are going to have to learn and see what, because different organizations will have different policies,
Hmm.
right? Because there's no returning to Fred. The return is to your company.
Yeah, that's why we have
Now,
the banking information and the credit card information, so it's
yeah,
canceled out. Yeah.
yeah, because even if you, are you when are they returning for refund or are they returning for new produce or to replace the produce? I would want to have that conversation,
Hmm.
probably with a collection of you, Esenye, Sarah, all the other farmers that we've onboarded so far, and see what really intel comes out of that without us making the decision.
Hmm.
We're just the tech developers. I think how I personally would prefer to hear what you, the important people, would like.
Yeah.
Then we'll see how we can build that.
So I guess the takeaway for that is returns are possible, but we have to work with you to define what is a valid return. Is it food you sent was spoiled? Well, that's a valid return. Or is it, did they select the wrong one? Or maybe it wasn't enough or something. That's where it comes in, but it's all handled through our third-party Stripe platform, and that's been
Yeah.
done around the world.
I mean, because for example, if the dashboard is showing you on a monthly basis or weekly basis your sales, but then of that number of sales, you having a percentage return. So is that something we then need to track to say, hey, you your sales information is not correct.
Hmm.
So that would be interesting to see how that's done. I mean, the thing is that the next release that we're going to do, the CRM part of the system, that's where we'll be able to build things like that, where you'll be able to add, um, you know, transactions outside of just a purchase, where
Mhm.
somebody buys, you see the order, you fulfill the order.
Mhm.
But then beyond the fulfillment of the order, what else?
Mhm.
Oh, returns, etc. What we're not going to do, we're not going to build an accounting system, but you'll be able to take the data to put into your accounting system.
Yep. Okay. And then if you have any additional questions, you can still contact us if you're not sure at info@myaipathway.org, because we want you all to succeed, right? So this is a growing process. It's new for everyone. And we like Stripe because it's internationally used. It's not some strange kind of third party where we don't know who they are. Everyone knows who they are. So it's like if you're ordering from like Uber Eats and they delivered the wrong goods, they would most likely, then you could return it. So if you ordered like, I don't know, pasta at some place and they gave you rice, then you could return it. So it's the same kind of principle, right? There's another question.
No, actually, it's a good compliment just given by Sonia to Sarah, saying that Sonia, I cannot make an assumption, male or female. Sonia looked at Sarah's website and is extremely impressed with
Oh, good.
what Sarah does. So I was gonna wait until the meeting to take a look at that. I didn't want to distract that way, but
Yeah,
see
we're
the
definitely
smile
going
on
to connect with
Sarah's
Sarah.
face.
We're definitely going to connect with you, Sarah. So you have our information, connect with us. As I always say, with every great opportunity in life, it starts with a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other questions?
Is it SIIKA Foods? Oh, yeah, okay, Sika.
Yes,
Yeah.
paper
Okay.
first. Just a comment that
Oh,
this is really
nice.
an amazing way we can, I guess, build our communities
Thank you.
because we see a lot of convenience in other places where products are brought on the table. There's collaboration, there's networking, and you guys coming up with Fred is really an inspiration to many communities. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you.
very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking. Where are you based?
I'm in Innisfail, but I do our products down in Toronto with a co-packer,
Okay.
but we live in Innisfail, yes.
In Innisfail?
Yes,
Mhm.
near
Oh,
near
not
Berry.
not of not of Toronto. Yeah,
Yes,
okay. I used to
Berry.
live in Aurora.
Oh.
Okay, yes. So
Mhm.
that's our next launch area is Northern GTA.
Yep.
Excellent. So that will be Colin. We have to
That'd be
be
me. Yeah.
there.
I'm more that's this area.
Excellent. Yeah. Innisfield's
Okay.
got a very nice beach.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's about it, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent.
About
Okay.
4 minutes ahead of schedule.
Paul, we didn't hear from you. I hope you found it of value. Of We're gonna follow up with everyone anyway. There will be a survey sent out to you all. If you can actually complete the survey for us, it helps us learn about what we're trying to do. Just to also say that doing the webinars is part of our marketing strategy to reach out to the community, to promote what we're doing. Some of it was educational. For example, the webinar we did in September was a very, very educational webinar where we had a professor from University of Waterloo who's does a lot of research work on soil health. And he was, in fact, his message helped some of the farmers that were online. We had quite a few farmers who had specific problem this year where they started preparing their seedlings in greenhouse,
Mhm.
but yet they were not able to transfer to outdoors on time because spring arrived late. And then when they finally were able to do so, it went from spring to absolute dry farming, dry heat, and their
Yeah.
crops were killed. So Professor Charles was able to actually provide knowledge and education on how they can actually, I think he used the term plant stress,
Yes.
so we now create that kind of connection where we'll be able to get make life easier. So one of the things what they're thinking to do early next year, very early, is to bring farmers together and talk about 2025, what was good, what was bad, what we learned, what could have done better, and then how you're going to use that information to prepare better for 2026. So we're going to continue on that journey, so that as part of the way to actually plant Fred as the place to go and purchase, but not just purchase, but also we're in our community, we understand the needs and requests and the requirements of our community, and we're the pillar. We want to be the to-go place to actually get what you need. Okay.
Yep. So how's it sound to everyone? Sounds good?
Excellent.
Yep. Good.
Okay.
So I think we're done. How's that for timing? We stood on time, and because we know time is money and we value your time. I know it's been a long day for everyone, so we were in actually an hour. How's that? So that's how Clydes and I roll, professional.
Indeed. And we will share the link to the recording if anybody wants to follow back on it. Okay.
As well as the videos too, so you can stop the recording now.
Yes, indeed. Now, how do I do that? The call is being recorded.
And that's it. Okay. Any other questions or?
Okay. Thank you, Senye.